CVB board meeting.
Recording in progress.
So at 2:06, let's call to order the City of Denison CVB meeting. Are there any public comments?
No.
All right, none. We will table this one since it requires a vote. But if you will, look at the meeting minutes from last time and just look over those for any refreshers that you might need. And in your packet, you'll find the Frontier Village post-event report for 2025, which we'll be going over in item B here next. Since there's no action to take on 3A, let's move on to 3B. Receive a report, hold discussion, and the post-event report provided by Frontier Village for the D-Day Denison, September 12th through 14th, 2025 historic reenactment event. So Laura and gang, do you want to go over the event with us?
Sam can also confirm some of these details in person, and I apologize for looking down because I have a copy of the report next to me on this meeting. So the event was held September 12th through 14th. As you can see, based off of the introduction to us sending this in, there was some information that was missing from us being able to accurately complete this report, and we did so to the best of our ability. With regards to this event, it was anticipated that there were approximately 197 visitors, and that does include reenactors on the first day, which was September 12th. That was also designated as the homeschool day. On the 13th, there was 146 attendees as well as 50 reenactors, and then on the last day, September 14th, there was a drop-off in attendance of about 37 attendees with 40 reenactors. You'll have to guide me here on specifics as to what you're looking for outside of what's detailed in this report. Naturally, there's a lot of comments that we have regarding this because looking at the details of the requirements for the grant and how this event was inevitably executed, there were concerns from us all, and that's why we drafted up that letter on the front end of this, because it certainly seemed like there were instructions that were not followed as they should have been for the use of the funds for this event. And based off of the expense reporting that we have accounted for, the funds were used up. It was in excess of $5,000 that was used to plan this event. But the key metric that you're looking for obviously is missing here, right? And that's details on how many people actually stayed in hotels, how much tourism did this drive to the city of Denison. And that's information that we unfortunately cannot account for without just providing general estimations. What we can account for is knowing that no hotel rooms were, or no hotel blocks rather, were booked or set up by the village, by Aaron Thornhill or Caraton or anybody else in advance with the general purpose of trying to encourage participation in staying in hotels, both for people that may be coming in from out of town as attendees or for the reenactors. And to us, unfortunately, that was a huge miss and a huge red flag when we started putting together this post report, since the purpose of the grant was to drive tourism and hotel stays to the area locally. of the event, the generation of revenue was, and I apologize, I have to sift through this. I think it was a little bit over, it was almost about $1,900, right, for an expense of 5,000, which in my position, I don't feel is overwhelmingly successful and hit the mark the way that it had intended to. While I can't speak for the folks that actually planned this event since they're no longer associated with Frontier Village, for us, we would have liked to have seen a lot higher revenue coming out of that and more drive to get more people in and to also execute more on the primary objectives of receiving hot funds, which was to drive more people into those hotel rooms locally. So sitting in this position as a board member with taking on responsibility as vice president starting in 2026, when we started to see this all raised a lot of concerns for us. But again, we felt it was imperative for us to provide the details of the fund usage and the information to fill out this post report as best as possible, to whatever information we had. And it's worthwhile to note that about 3 weeks before this report was due is when Aaron had stepped down, and then Kara Totten had stepped down from the village just a few days before this report was due, and she was ultimately on point with putting together a lot of the responses for this report. So it was kind of left with who was left on the board to help finish this up and come true to terms with the information that was given to us as to the overall success of this event. So I don't know if there were any specific questions about any of the content or responses in this. I do know that a copy of this report was included as part of the packet prior to the meeting. But it looks like we did provide all of the receipts and everything that was required as per the instructions for providing the response to this event.
All right, well, thank you for the overview. And it looks like a lot of the receipts are correlated with signage or concessions for the event. It's just one of those things where how do we track that it was successful in putting beds in heads, as we like to say around here, to see if the outcome is there. But thank you for the report, and thank you for being able to get it together with those key members being recently stepping down. So kudos to y'all on here. I'm sure we'll discuss this in depth with Jordan, especially if there's another application coming up in 2026. We'll look back on here and also work with you to say, hey, here's how we want it, where we want to see it spent, and then proving up hey, do we need to do this in the future as well? Is this a good use of the hot tax and the grant? So. Thank you for y'all going and doing the overview of the report. Do y'all have any questions for them?
From my end, I'm good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, if you guys have any questions for us, but I believe you've spoken with Jordan and she's out of town today. So I'm just behind the scenes filling in for her, but if you think of anything in the future, you know where to find us. We're happy to work with you on it, so.
Right.
I guess my only question was, is there any other additional information that we can provide to y'all that you don't see already, or?
No, it's just like with the reenactors. They're here for 3 days in a row. If they're not local, they had to be staying somewhere. And if we can figure out where, so we can prove up, saying, yeah, let's keep donating to the Frontier Village because they're bringing tourists to.
So, to that note, honestly, that was one of the issues that the board had taken with the way that this event was put together. The reenactors were told by our previous executive director that they could stay here on the property, so it wasn't necessary for them to get hotel rooms, which to us seems like the antithesis of the whole thing. So that moving forward is something that we're not going to do at any of our future events. We're not going to allow reenactors to stay on property. If that does influence future decisions, we will not be doing that again.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is it it?
Thanks for taking the time to zoom in on when you're out of town. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks for
Yeah.
setting this up. I appreciate us being able to chat.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. We will talk with you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
Is it Zoom stopping or Swag it or whatever we use? Okay. All right, so let's move on to item 3C, hold discussion, take action, and determine the 2026 meeting dates for the CVB. So, since we do not have a quorum, we'll not approve these, but if you will look at the last page of your packet, on the back side, there are the projected 2026 potential CVB board meeting dates. And all these are the usual second Tuesday at 2?
It's Monday now.
All right, you passed the test.
But yes.
All right, and then 9th, 14th, yep.
If that time still works for you guys, I think we'll move forward with that time and get them approved at the next meeting. But if this Monday at 2 still works,
All right, it should still work because I think we changed that this year, but we'll discuss that on, potentially on January 12th if everyone shows up. Any questions, comments, concerns about those dates, ladies? All right.
Wait just a second, just a question or thought as it appears, and I think it appeared this way last year. December meeting might need to be, not have one, because we have a lot of people with conflicts. So, just a thought, do you have to have 12 or?
I don't believe so. No, just meetings that we have business to attend to.
Yeah, because some get canceled when we don't have any grant items to approve or anything like that, so maybe just drop it off the schedule to begin with. So we will discuss that at the next meeting. So on to director's reports. Do you have anything to report for tourism?
Things. I'll turn my mic on just to make sure. Jordan left me with a couple of notes for you guys. One of them is we have a new tourism map that will be displayed, handed out, however you want to call it, at the visitor center. And she would like everybody just to take a look on your screen here. Oh, geez, sorry. I'm used to a different computer. And you can kind of see all of the things noted here on this map. Just looking for feedback on if you notice anything missing, notice anything incorrect, notice something that is there that you feel shouldn't be.
Would we want to annotate or just have little stars or anything where there might be historical markers?
I will write that down. That's a good thought. Do you know how many of those we have?
I can look it up because I have this wonderful book provided by Kurt Chakowski
Oh, I have
about
that as
all
well.
the historical markers in Texas.
Okay. I'll keep scrolling here.
But if I were to pull a number out of the air, I would say 42.
Google says 44.
Off
so
by a deuce.
Wow.
Are we, do you know if we're one of them?
Speaking about a deuce, that's off.
One out by the statue.
Yeah, I segued in that. But yeah, everything looks good there. I mean, we got the greatest American Main Street in
Yeah.
Texas and America.
Yes, we do.
As y'all know, that Donna Dow has been working with Elon Musk to get outside of our stratosphere to get like the greatest main street in the universe is
Wow.
next.
Okay. You'll learn something new every day.
And that's why he had to come to Texas, so she could deal with the Texas-based space explorer.
Okay, well, when that happens, we'll add that to the map. I think everything else, I've looked at it so many times that it's
hard for me to notice anything, but we have provided notes here and there, so I think everything else is probably, I did confirm with Jordan, and I think she worked with, DDA, Chamber, maybe Donna as well. We did put Elevate Golf on here. I believe they are scheduled to open soon.
Yeah, we had
still,
questioned at a
so-
previous meeting if they would make it or not, but it looks like they've turned a corner and will be opening soon, so.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks pretty complete.
Okay.
Do we have Lake Texoma
Yes.
up there? Okay. Do we want to, we got Eisenhower. Do we need to label anything else? Like boat ramps or anything?
There's the bunch. Now,
Or the ones with Denison
I will
addresses?
say, whenever you label historical sites or whatever, I believe the dam is probably considered one.
It's a damn historical site.
It really is. I think they have a plaque and some stuff set up. I could be wrong, but they did their 75th anniversary. meeting
Okay.
and did a whole thing, so there may be one out there.
Okay.
I'm not positive on that, but.
I can definitely make note of it for Jordan. Keep scrolling.
Munson. Yeah, Munson Park with the disc golf. This disc golf seems to be on an upward trend.
Okay.
Might need to show up here.
Okay. Good thought. Anything else? And correct me if I'm wrong, did Jordan email this to you guys?
Oh, Munson Park's there, and there's a basket
Oh, yeah, it's here.
on 69.
Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
I missed it.
No, I'm trying to slowly scroll up and down so you can, I can zoom all the way out, but I don't know that you'd see it as well.
We did not get this. She didn't send it to us.
No, okay.
Where is Perrin?
It's right out
Oh,
there.
there it is.
Hopefully they don't ever take the water tower down.
Yeah, it looks complete.
Okay. I will make those notes for her. The next thing she wanted me to provide you guys is with a,
Oh. Up here, do we need to put anything with the pumpkin patch and the elves, Christmas tree farm or anything? That could kind of be touristy.
yeah, we can. Let me note elves, pumpkin, and Christmas.
Just a big blank area over there so we can,
Yeah.
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 Just come to Walmart and people watch.
It is a popular spot. Yeah, I will make that note.
So I sent it to her in an email, but I feel like Munson Stadium needs to be mentioned,
Yes.
especially now that FC is.
Right. She has that noted to send over to Mel. She just wanted to make sure we got all of the comments together first, but yes, that is a great point.
Do we want to put a Texoma FC logo or anything on there with it?
So we can. The problem with printing this stuff is we never know how fast we'll get rid of it. So if we do that and then the 2027 season doesn't continue, then we'll have a bunch with the logo on it. So I think the idea was
To not.
hopefully it continues, right? And that would be an awesome goal, but it happens with our visitor guides as well. We order so many of them, and then by the time we're done passing them out, there's a lot on there that isn't necessarily up to date. Like I think the front of them still says visitor center coming May 2025 and or whatever it says. So we certainly can talk about it, but we try and play it safe in that realm just so we can get more printed and
Oh, no, understood.
oh yay. Welcome, sir. That's okay.
No. Grayson College?
It is not on here. Do we feel it's a tourist? Okay.
I mean,
Maybe with their sports,
Okay.
people coming in, so.
I will note that. Cause that's out there as well, huh?
Yeah, because that western side there is just kind of,
Yeah. Well, this is Walmart, right? So I don't know what else we can,
yeah.
but yeah, college will be out here.
One of the main questions, is there a Walmart? You have the viticulture and.
At the college? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The,
We could do that, do
Vineyard
the
there.
winery stuff too for the alcohol tours. I mean, because you'd have something on the east side with Hidden Hanger and
yeah.
maybe a beautiful future winery up by the river with a cave.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it too early to put the Margaritaville?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
But
Maybe the next printing.
yes, maybe we'll print less than we originally thought with all these things maybe coming. But yeah, I think probably a little too early for Margarita just because it'll be at least, I mean, not in a short couple of months anyway. But I'm going to make a note about Texoma FC as well, just,
I wouldn't. I think you hit the nail on the head with what if the partnership at the ISD doesn't work? Because they only
Right.
did that 1 year down in Sherman, so.
yeah, and but to be fair, maybe she wants to order less with that logo on it and then see, how they do. And then for the next batch, we can order without or however we want to do it. But I'll make the note anyway. Anything else glaring?
That is it.
Okay.
We can put a little birthplace of ranch style beans.
We should. Okay, the next recap Jordan asked me to give was just about Expedition Texas. If you'll recall, they were in town. Yes.
What about the public art too, with little dots
Yeah.
or?
Let me pull up the other. So there's
Making
a
everything right.
document she sent me that goes with this. Eek. And I believe this is. Ooh, let me download.
Oh, there's a whole
Yes.
parks and museums.
Mm-hmm. So there's an information, I believe, that's going on the other side of this that will have. Ooh, my goodness. Well, you can kind of see information about all the areas. I think what I'll do is when she sends her edits to Mel, I'll have her email this out to you guys. That way you can take a closer look at it and make sure that you have the information. But there was an event that Sam from downtown caught that needs to not be on here, so there's some edits to be made. But
Ooh, what is it?
it was Memorial Day.
May 25th.
Mm-hmm. So that will come off.
Can you go back up to the top under
Sure.
museums? Okay, I see now. Didn't see parent, and I was like, okay.
Nope, she's there. I just scrolled quickly. Sorry, there's a lot of information in this. So.
There's a lot, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I knew Denison had an escape room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's right. Where are we? This way. I had to get my bearings. Yep. So there's a lot here, but if you guys think of anything else, just shoot us an email, and there's still some edits to be made, like I said, so we have a little bit of time. But
I say it's almost there.
yeah, we're getting close. All right. Next update is Expedition Texas was here filming on Thursday during all of our Christmas festivities. Jordan said that went really, really well. They got a lot of great content. Interviewed a lot of business owners. I believe she said Pop Around the Corner, Monsters on Main, CJ's. Donna was interviewed, I know, the mayor, Chamber of Commerce. So we got a lot of really great content. They went to the birthplace, I believe, Red River Railroad Museum, a lot of the local businesses, Katy Depot. So she was really pleased. Denison on Ice, she was really pleased with how that went. So we should have a lot of really good content coming from them making the trip here and visiting during all of the Christmas stuff. So we'll keep you posted on that. She noted that there was a day tripper giveaway that opens at 5 p.m. today. So if you could help share that on social media, we'll make sure that's on Discover Denison so you can find it easily. She wanted you all to be aware of that. These are just notes I had written down as well. We are receiving a tourism-friendly proclamation from the governor's office at our next council meeting, which will be a week from today, Monday at 6 p.m. So you guys are all invited to join and witness that. It will be very quick, short, nothing too extravagant, but we'll be sure and share the actual proclamation with you too once that gets presented. But I believe a couple of folks from Austin are coming to present us with that. So the city of Denison will officially be a tourism-friendly community, which is awesome. I believe it's a project that Rachel started a while back. I kind of filled in for the couple of months there, and then Jordan has really taken it where it needs to go. So it's been a team effort, and we're excited to see that come to fruition. And then I believe many of you may know, or we've talked about this already, but Amy Atkinson Dennis, who owns Let Us Indulge, wherever we are this way, in downtown, her appointment to be on the board goes to council on Monday, and if approved, she will start joining us for our board meetings in January. So she will fill the vacant spot that has been vacant for a long time, for I think it's the restaurant spot. So anywho, we had a couple of people apply, and she was definitely met the qualifications that needed to be met on the application. And then we had a scoring system, and so there's a whole process that our city clerk walks us through for that. So anyway, that will go to council on Monday as well. If we have no issues, she will be appointed, and then we'll get her in for the January meeting to officially get appointed with the board and all of that good stuff. So she should be joining us in January, pending no surprises. I believe that's all we had for tourism. Anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll circle back to the items for individual consideration after the director's reports.
Okay.
So that way Mike can look at the packet a little bit. So on to Main Street for the report.
Just have to click the mic on, Donna.
So I don't think we met since we won the Texas Best Downtown. That was at the Texas Downtown Conference in Waco in November, and Jordan was with us, and so we had a good time, and hope to host their conference someday. The Preservation Magazine featured Denison, downtown Denison, for our Great American Main Street win. And I got a copy of a hardbound coffee table book from National Trust celebrating their 75th anniversary. And they showed a picture of Denison and identified it as such, and that was really exciting that we made that. So, the word's getting out there. It's just slowly and surely. And our Christmas activities, we have Christmas at the Depot and Small Town Christmas this Saturday. That's Downtown Denison Inc. and the Depot are doing those. We do the free horse and buggy rides. And I think that concludes our Christmas activities. We did Small Business Saturday, and that was the day after Saturday after Thanksgiving, and gave away a $500 gift card. So that's all I've got. Y'all have questions? The,
Questions, y'all? What do we have in store for us for 2026?
it's our semi-quincentennial for the country.
Is that easier than sesquicentennial? It just rolls off the tongue a little easier, huh?
Yeah.
I think we're so used to struggling with sesquicentennial that anything sounds easier to me than that.
So I will mention that December 15th, when you come to the council meeting, stick around. I don't know what will happen first, but we will be recognized by Senator Hagenbush, for the Great American Main Street Award. And we will have a flag presentation for America 250 from the Grayson County Historical Society.
All right. Doesn't look like we have anyone from Parks and Rec here.
No, but I will make a note. Seems like Denison on Ice is going really well. If you guys haven't had a chance to stop by the ice rink, it's moderately expanded this year. They've got all the Christmas decorations. They said attendance is doing great, so that's good news. As far as tourism goes, it brings a lot of people here. And then our Parks' Wonders of Winter event is Friday, so they've got a lot going on as well. But just a couple of notes there.
All right, and the Chamber of Commerce. So we are still calculating the winners of the Scott Middle School Cocoa Challenge. There, we tell them about Tuesday by noon, so they keep like bringing in a donation. Oh, here's another 20. Here's another. They're like, I'd like to be done with the math. So we'll have the results Thursday on who won that parade. It's questionable. I've counted about 17,000, I think, or I've guesstimated about 17,000. They had a goal of 27 for them, the winning team, to shave my beard. They got 37. They got bonus of eyebrows to be able to shave off. So, I don't think they made it. As long as you don't bring your checkbook.
You got a few thousand, Chippy.
Yeah, everyone just kind of. It would be nice to see how many chins I have now. But they'll be switching gears and focusing on. Of course, they said that the parade, as far as like the pace of it, was the best they've ever had. There was like a hot rods out there essentially this year compared to the normal snail progression. But yeah, they'll be focusing on the annual banquet next. All right, on to the Arts Council. Okay, DDI updates. Do we have any? None. Lake Texoma Association.
We're getting the Hard Rock. The
Yay.
10th passed. So the Hard Rock will be coming in Kingston. And then, of course, Margaretville on this side. So Texoma's going to be a hot place. I will tell you guys too, Donna and I may have to get together on this. I presented at the Texoma Main Conference in Sherman back in November, I believe it was. A lady approached me afterward, and she's down from the FW area, and she does bus tours for, I can't remember, we'll just say foreign investors. Can't remember where they were exactly from, that she's wanting to bring to the Texoma area. So it'll be next year in 26. I think what year we're in. Crazy. It'll be later in the fall, but I want to try to plan some things, get them downtown, here, out to the lake, maybe even, onto on the side, depending on how long they're here, kind of spread the load a little bit and get them to visit all areas. So we may have some bus tours roll in at some point next year. So, pretty good.
Oh yeah. All right, on to Eisenhower Birthplace.
Remember to turn that thing on. Since we haven't met in a while, we did have the birthday celebration. I think our total number was roughly around 500 attendees, so it went really, really well. I think it's been one of the highest attended ones in a couple years, so we were really excited for that. And then we've got our displays and children's activities set up on site every weekend up until Christmas time. And then other than that, we're just planning our 2026 calendar year and getting geared up for what we're doing next year.
Thank you for the update. On to Perrin Air Force Base Museum.
Well, this week we were interviewed, talking about, okay, we were interviewed and featured on K10 and the other TV channel about the Cold War and about the NORAD radar, which they linked to Santa being tracked. And so therefore we are having Santa at the museum Saturday. Was not on our calendar, but we're having it, so just so y'all want to bring kids or whatever, we're gonna be there. The only other thing is that we're in the process, we vote tomorrow on updating our bylaws, and we haven't had to update them since 2019, so it's been a pretty thorough process. So that's about it for us.
All right. So let's circle back to the items for individual consideration. So let's look at pages 3 through 7 in your packet to look at last meeting's minutes from September 22nd. So if you'll take a look at those and let's get those approved. Laura, have y'all started getting bids back for the F-86?
No. Okay, we did do an inspection, and we have one panel that's probably gonna have to have some spot welding and a plate put in. The actual stick is in need of painting, which we did it before, but we're gonna have to sand it and paint it, and it's, you know, it's difficult when everybody that volunteers is in 70s and 80s. So we have to be very cautious with what we do.
All right. Well, give me a holler whenever it comes time to sand, see what I can do. Might get the powerlifting team from the school out there to get some muscle into it.
I will do that, because that plate we could use, that welding department,
Mm-hmm.
can do some work with that.
And Denison Industries, just down the road from y'all, might be able to lend some expertise.
Okay.
All right, are there any corrections or anything to be made to the minutes? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
All in favor? All opposed? The minutes have been approved. Let's receive a report, hold discussion on the post-event provided by Frontier Village. I don't think there's really anything to vote on there until they apply again. Any comments on their post-event report? We'll point out that it looks like some of the material wasn't used for, some of the funds were not used for marketing or an asset necessarily. I mean, there was, some of these are services, the transportation of the tank and such that were a cost of the event. So without that, I don't know if them bringing in that attraction constitutes for the intended fund usage or not. I think it kind of does, and on the other hand, I don't know if it does or not. Probably need to wait to have a discussion with Jordan here on that anyways. So
Well,
then,
and just to note, it sounded like because they've had some turnover, they were aware of that. And so just us being open to discussing with them future applications, and I think Jordan has already been in contact with them about what that will look like, just having those discussions about best use of funds and things like that, so.
And of course, that's a new revamped report that is a lot
Correct.
more in-depth than what it was, so.
Correct. Yep, it'll take some time to get used to, making sure all of these, guidelines are met, and I was personally just appreciative of how transparent they chose to be, and sounded like they were aware, so we'll get with Jordan the next time we get an application, and she'll chat with you guys about that, so.
Okay, nothing to vote on there, so on to 3C. If you look at the very back page of your packet, and then let's approve these potential meeting dates. We did mention that December 14th sometime is the hardest one to get to, so we may or may not even schedule it to begin with.
And if you'll note, the January 12th meeting says potential board retreat. That would be here. We would have some of our city staff come in and just walk through the process of, rules and regulations of being on the board, just kind of a refresher that we think would be helpful to do every year, especially as we potentially welcome a new board member that day. It says potential board retreat, but if everyone's able to be here, we'll just kind of go over some of the housekeeping items that day as well, so.
Sounds like a great idea. Do I have a motion to approve those dates? Those are all the second Monday of the month. All in favor? All opposed? The dates have been approved.
Another note, sorry. That one on there is on Columbus Day. If you guys, we work here, but if you guys are off or whatever, we can have that discussion closer to October as well, if we don't have any business that needs to be presented. I think she just noted that to make sure you have that on your calendars if you need to send her a note about you guys being off, so.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. So at 2:48, let's close the City of Denison CVB Advisory Board meeting. Adjourn. Close.